All right. Hello, everyone. I have to wait and see if the sound is... Is that better? Hey. Okay, let me go over here to the comments. Hello. Hey, Luna. How you doing? Okay, that sounds like it is okay. Hopefully. Here's hoping. If the sound goes wonky, just let me know because I can't hear it right now. Yeah, I don't know. That's good. That's good. Glad to hear you're doing okay. Hello to all the new subscribers, by the way, too. Thank y'all for subscribing. I very much appreciate it. Oh, you did? How's that going? How are you doing? I was wondering about that. And I remembered you saying that you were going to be moving. Hopefully that's going good. Okay. All right, so we're going to be talking about the New Orleans attack. A lot of information has come out. Point of clarification, I lived in New Orleans for a very long time. Guys, don't fight. Don't fight. No fighting. Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to fight. Yeah. I'm not sitting in your chair. I may have to switch chairs because Kitty. Hi. Yes, I see you. I'm not really in charge here. My cat is. Okay, so yes, the cats. Yeah. I'm going to kick you out if you don't stop. Do you want to come up and say hi? Come here. It's okay. You're not in trouble. Come here. Come here. I know. You get nervous. Ooh. She gets so nervous when I go to pick her up. This is Edu. She's the manager. She's mad because she doesn't have her chair right now. So, yeah. Thank you. She knows she's cute too. She knows she's cute. She knows she's the boss. All right. So I lived in New Orleans for, let's see, I moved there in either like 98, 99. I was there for Y2K. So I lived in New Orleans for a long time. Also, I worked for in the Orleans Parish Criminal Sheriff's Office. So I'm a sheriff's deputy. So in what we're going to talk about, I know a lot about the policies and procedures and all of that, or what they were back when I worked there, which was pre-Katrina. It was before Katrina. So we're going to talk about the attack on New Orleans, on Bourbon Street in particular. I've been trying to find, I had videos saved, but so it's different on the PC than it is on the phone. So I don't know where it is for me to find videos. I'll put links in the description to the videos that I watched, and it's all press conferences directly from the New Orleans, the mayor, police chief, and also the governor of Louisiana, and then there was the FBI and a few other people. Okay, so you have 14 victims, meaning people who were unalived, plus the perpetrator was unalived. So that's 15 people total. As of the last time I checked, which was right before this live stream started, it was 35 people injured. Many of them are in the hospital, so that number of people who were unalived could rise. Hopefully it does not. They reopened Bourbon Street, which really they have to. And most people don't understand how important Bourbon Street is to the city of New Orleans, but also the state of Louisiana. Bourbon Street brings in a lot of the overall revenue for the state of New Orleans and the city, or for the state of, I mean, really, it is. For the state of Louisiana and the city of New Orleans, and also just ordinary everyday people. People rely on Bourbon Street to pay their bills. And a good New Year's Eve can have a positive impacts on a whole family's finances for several months. And you might have a couple, or a throuple, who knows, right? Who all work on Bourbon Street. So I'm just saying, it's actually really important that they open Bourbon Street as quickly as possible for many different reasons. I went through and I watched the video of the beginning of it where the perpetrator, I'm not saying his name, we're not platforming his name, he was unalived, no reason to say his name at this point. I watched the video where the perpetrator, they had the barricades were down to be fixed and renovated in preparation for the Super Bowl. So they had a police unit posted there. And all that police unit is supposed to do is make sure that no traffic goes onto Bourbon Street. Canal Street is wild. Any holiday, any big event, Canal Street is going to be kicking. You're going to have all kinds of locals vending on the sidewalks on either side. You're going to have people going in and out or off and on of Bourbon Street or the French Quarter in general to go to the streetcar, to catch the streetcar to go back to a hotel, or coming in from the streetcar. It's just, there's always a lot going on Canal and Bourbon. I will not show the video in particular because I don't want to trigger anyone, but man, it was rough watching that truck just turn up onto the sidewalk, which they don't have barriers on the sidewalks. They have the barriers on the streets. So even if the barriers had been up, he still would have went up the sidewalk and defeated the barriers anyway. And he just plows into people. So people who are all up in arms about the barriers not being up are ignoring the fact that he would have defeated the barriers anyway, because there are not barriers like that on the sidewalks. Which I'm not sure how, I guess they could put 1 or 2 barriers up on the sidewalks to keep that from happening, but you cannot impede the flow of people coming and going. Especially, like, let's say further down Bourbon Street, someone with a pew-pew starts pew-pewing, people have to be able to run out of there. So you don't want to impede people leaving out if something happens. But then too, on the side streets, they had a lot of officers out there in the French Quarter in general and along Bourbon Street. They always do. They'll have ambulances right there because you have people who get alcohol poisoning or OD or whatever, who knows what. Bourbon Street is a high traffic, high flow area. Always has been, always will be. Except for when hurricanes happen. So it's coming out, like at first they thought that there might be more people connected with this. Then it turns out they're thinking now there are not. Apparently he put coolers around in certain places, 2 of them, and he was trying to put kaboom devices. I hate the fact that I have to censor my words here. And Thankfully, those did not go off because people were looking at them. They were opening them. They were picking them up. They were messing with them. Please don't do that. Anyone who sees this, please spread the word. If you're in New Orleans or any major city, really, and you see like a cooler sitting somewhere, don't mess with it. You don't know what's in there, or a backpack, or any kind of container. You don't know what's in there. Okay? And it could be something that could be putting your life in danger. This is worrisome for many different reasons. Here's the thing. The French Quarter is old. She is old. Okay? And a lot of those buildings are not well maintained by the landlords. That's why every once in a while one will fall down. Or if you're in one, let's say you live on the top floor and a large truck drives by on the street below, you feel the whole building sway. Because New Orleans is a whole city built on swampland that's actually a bowl. It's a bowl, right? So you got a bowl of jelly and you build a city on it, and then you put a river on one side, a lake on the other, all these canals going through, so that's even more water. So New Orleans shimmies. She's a city that dances all on her own, right? Soft ground, yep. Yep. So if those devices had went off, you're not allowed to have, to my knowledge, a fireplace in the French Quarter without all kinds of permits, because all those buildings are old, and most of them are old brick and old wood, flammable. So it's a good thing that those devices did not go off. Man. Now, apparently the perpetrator was thinking about harming his family and friends, but he didn't do that. Instead, he went to Bourbon Street. He went from Houston. He rented a vehicle in Houston on an app, drove to New Orleans, rented an Airbnb. The guy was divorced, and he was having financial problems because apparently he lost his job. So he decides to take all of his inadequacies, insecurities, problems with life out on people he doesn't even know, which is a cowardly, pathetic way to do things. He was a effing coward. He was pathetic and attacking a city that's already been through it enough with Katrina and Rita and Ida and on and on and on. The last thing that New Orleans needs is some idiot who cannot even really figure his own way out of a wet paper sack to come in and harm people. I don't feel sorry for him at all. Not even at all, not even a little bit. I do, however, feel sorry for his family and his friends that he was thinking of targeting. In a lot of these situations, you're going to see a history of DV. And that's not just me saying this. That's experts saying this. So consider for a moment that violence against women and families can be an indicator of if a person is going to do a mass event thing like this. A lot of the mass pupillers have histories of violence toward women and girls. So, my friend who works on bourbon and their partner who had a heart problem because of this event they're doing okay. I'm not going to go too much into that, but I think everyone, like as a culture, everyone, right? We need to start talking about secondary trauma. We need to start talking about the fact that it's more than just the initial victim who is harmed. It can be a whole community. This event in New Orleans will more than likely be a ripple event going outward, affecting probably not everyone in the city, but a lot of people in the city, okay, are going to be affected. They're going to know so-and-so who was a barker on bourbon and was harmed. Or you know what I mean? Like, whole families are going to be affected by this and have been. But more than we realize, more than mainstream media even talks about or even considers. They look at the sensational aspects of it, but they don't look at the context and the nuance and that ripple effect, the secondary trauma, all of that. The PTSD, CPTSD, you might have people who can't bring themselves to leave their house because they're scared what's going to happen when they leave the house. We don't even acknowledge that. Thankfully, the FBI apparently had like a trauma response team to come down and speak with people, which is good. That's good to hear. There was the incident in Vegas. Yeah. Yep. And the dude who rented it was a Tesla truck. The dude who rented that vehicle on the same app that the dude Nolan rented his vehicle on. Same app. Interesting. And they're both veterans. And they're both citizens of this country. Now the a certain side of politics was trying to say that the one in New Orleans had crossed the border and was an immigrant and all this and that. Nah, that's a lie. Like Marjorie, Three Toes Green, like usual, spewing bullshit out her mouth. That's all she's really capable of. Just nonsense, really. So that's a thing. Now, I was having a conversation with several of my mutuals over on the Clock app, and we were talking about this, and then it somehow morphed into talking about the GOP and Humpty Dumpty wanting to deport people en masse. MTG, that's a good one. How you doing, Kitty? Yeah, she's empty, all right. It's a wind tunnel going from one ear to the other in that one. So somehow we got on the topic of, Humpty Dumpty wanting to deport people en masse. And we all know what that means. He's talking about people of color. And there are currently, right now, private prisons who are preparing ahead of time for a large population of people here in the US to be deported. So as I said, I'm a former sheriff's deputy out of Orleans Parish, criminal sheriff's office. I'm a certified correctional officer. Well, I was a certified correctional officer. I don't know if those certifications are still valid. I have them. I can show you. That's what I worked as, but part of it anyway. But okay, so in private prisons, part of the reason I'm doing this part is because everyone I was talking with, they didn't know these things. They didn't know anything about this. So this is another blind spot. I thought everyone knew about this, but people don't. So I'm going to answer a bunch of questions for them, and they can come watch this and, or if they're here, they can just ask, or anyone can ask. I will answer any questions I know the answers to. So in private prisons, let's say, hypothetically, you already have a prison standing, and for whatever reason, and this does happen, it's taken over by a private prison. It's privatized. One of the first things they will do is usually lay off all of the correctional officers who are trained in the proper care, custody, and control of the inmates. And there are policies and procedures in place, and those correctional officers will be trained in those policies and procedures, how to take care of the inmates, and how to handle different situations. Due process is a thing that's afforded to every human being, or it's supposed to be afforded to every human being on this continent or in this country. Everyone. Due process is a thing. First. Second, you can't look at someone based on their status of citizen or not and say you're a criminal, because you don't know. You're not a judge. You're not a jury. You're not an executioner. Yes, it does. It does apply to everyone who's here. Read the Constitution. I have. Also, my FTOs, my judges I worked with, the prosecutors, everyone I worked with, all the court staff disagree with you. They broke the law when they came in illegally. How do you know they came in illegally? You can't just look at someone and decide that they did. They could be here on a sanctuary visa, a work visa, any number of things. Okay? First. Second, things that the GOP is saying is worrisome, because they're insinuating and saying, and some of them are outright saying that if they don't like you for some reason, they're going to deport you. And some of these people are extremist evangelicals who, if you are into any kind of smex that they don't like, or you're a woman who will not submit, or you're LGBTQ+, they're saying they want to deport you. You might want to think about it. Because if you don't live the way they want you to live, you're gone. But before you go, if you go, here's the thing. In private prisons, they don't have to, they cut every possible corner they can. They will hire people straight out of high school who have no certifications, no training, and how to properly take care of inmates. And they typically will cut corners on everything, including medical, food, living standards and situations. Private prisons are not good for anyone. So if they decide they don't like you and they round you up, now you think you're exempt, but you don't wear the right clothing. You don't do your hair the right way. You know, you like a certain kind of music. And if they round you up and put you in one of these private prisons, you're going to remember my voice. Okay? Because they're building tent cities on some of these private prisons to warehouse all of the people who are supposedly going to be rounded up and deported. But they won't just be deported straight away. They'll be used as free prison labor, first and foremost. If they are on a visa, they will not be deported. You don't know that. The new administration has made it clear if they came illegally, they're going back. It doesn't apply to those who are here properly, except for the Haitians who are here properly on visas. You're not listening to the GOP, and you should. You really, really should take what they're saying seriously. I don't know where you get your news, but you're being lied to. Right? All right, so, you know, first off, did you know that Texas used to be part of Mexico? Did you know that many of the people who come over the border illegally are indigenous people, indigenous to this whole continent? Did you know that? We just ignore that, though. Exactly. They're talking about doing away with habeas corpus, which is extremely important. They're talking about doing away with due process. They're talking about doing away with a large chunk of the Constitution, including women's right to vote. And there's one thing in particular that people should really pay attention to, and that is the 13th Amendment, which did not end slavery. It didn't. Go read it. I already had this conversation with multiple judges who understood exactly what my problem was with the 13th Amendment. People think that we ended slavery, but we didn't. Because if you are imprisoned and convicted of a felony, you're a slave, according to the 13th Amendment. No, what? Prove it. Cite your sources. TM says the Haitians are eating people's animals and snapping the necks off ducks in public parks. They have free card. Oh God, where? Where? Show me an actual video of that happening. And they're eating roadkill. Prove it. Prove it. If you can't prove it, then you need to stop saying this stuff because we don't do disinformation here. Okay? Okay? But thanks for helping me out in the algorithm. Also, that is racist AF. Wow, dude, your racism is showing. Just letting you know your mask is slipping a little bit. This right here. The overturning of Roe. You no longer have privacy with your medical records anymore. Congratulations. Good job. You screwed everyone over, including yourself. So now insurance companies can just do whatever they want with your medical records. So can, pharmacy companies, anyone. I can go look up your medical records right now and it's not a crime. Certain people didn't think that through. Have I ever listened to the town council meetings in these communities? Yes, I have. And I've heard a lot of regurgitated BS from GOP and Russian paid operatives. It is racism. It is racism. I have been to Haiti. Have you? Have you been to Haiti? Because I have several times. And what you're saying right there is that whole, oh my God, they're all in voodoo. They're all like animals running around doing all this horrific stuff. They are regurgitating the propaganda from Russia. Because did you know that there were multiple influencers like, Ben Shapiro and the like, allegedly, who were being paid millions of dollars by Russia? Did you know that? Did you know that? Have you heard about that? Probably not. They're probably not telling you about that because they don't want you to know that. But that is part of the zeitgeist. In mainstream media, anytime Haitians are brought up, what else is brought up? Come on now. Come on now. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. You can figure it out. That's where the whole ripping the heads off of chickens and stuff comes from, by the way. It's the racism. That's where it comes from. If you don't want me to call you racist, then don't say racist things. Also, answer my question. Have you ever been to Haiti? J.D. Vance admitted to lying to get attention from the media. The Russian influence goes deep, deeper than Cthulhu. Oh my God. Luna, you are beautiful and I love you. Ducks, not chickens. Ah, yeah. Mishnah. Dude, That didn't happen. Show me a video, a photo. Show me. Show me. Give us a link of a video of Haitian people doing that. Any of the things they've been accused of. Have you seen it with your own eyeballs? Because if not, and the GOP said it happened, they're lying to you, because that's what they do. If you and your family was starving to death, don't you think you would do anything to make sure your children were not starving? Also, are you ignoring all of the people here in the US who eat roadkill? Yes, you are. Oh my God. I can't show you a video in chat. I can't drop a link in chat. Okay, well, I've looked and I have seen nothing that is real that took place here in the US. Nothing. I've looked all over the place. Other people have done the same. This has already been debunked. This has already been debunked. Just like the whole, oh, the dude who attacked New Orleans was an immigrant, an illegal immigrant who crossed the border illegally. No, he didn't. He was an American citizen from Texas, a veteran of the military. Another lie that Marjorie Three Toes Green and her buddies were perpetuating until they couldn't do it anymore. There you go. You've seen it with your own eyes. Wow, I feel sad for you. I really do. It's not sanitary to something roadkill. It's a public health risk. Then why don't you go bitch at citizens who do that here in the US? It's a thing. It is a thing in the South. I've seen that. I have seen that. But we'll just ignore that when the white people are doing it. Right? Right? Do you see the dilemma? Yeah, she probably meant consume. It's probably a typo. Which typos happen? Seriously, you're ignoring the fact that there are American citizens right here, white people, who eat roadkill. Just because you want to vilify Black people. That's racism, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh, well, hey, he's a white dude though, so it's okay. It's fine. JFK says he eats roadkill. He also has a brain worm that died in his brain. And he wants us to do away with fucking, oh God. He wants us to do away with the polio vaccine. Dude. Oh my God. You're talking shit about Haitian people, some of the hardest working people who have been through some of the worst shit. Okay? What planet are you on? You're right. I would rather have Haitian people here than all of the racist fucktards. Any day. Because all of those Haitian people that you're talking about and vilifying right now, they're trying to get away from the stuff that's happening over there in Haiti because of France and the US. But we'll just ignore all that. You're being racist to the people of Haiti. If you don't like it, then review what you have said about them, which has been debunked by many people. No, I didn't. He wants horse medicine for respiratory diseases. That's, wow. It just gets worse with him every single day. Oh my God, dude, TM, why are you ripping the heads off of ducks? TM, you got problems. Why are you eating roadkill? TM, why are you killing people's pets and eating them? TM. Yes, you are. You're perpetuating racist stereotypes and tropes that have been going on for a long time. You ever seen the movie, was it Skeleton Key? Yeah. When you see Haitian people in movies and TV, what do you normally see? Think about it. Just think about it. I've also been to Africa several times, a couple different countries in Africa. And I'm stunned by how a lot of Americans talk about all these various different countries. Go learn about what France did to Haiti and then come talk to me. There are some really good books. Go to Audible. Me saying don't talk smack about people you don't even know is extremism. Me saying that the tropes you are utilizing is extremism. Okay. I'm saying treat people with compassion. If that's extremism, I guess Jesus was extremist too, right? That right there. Every single time, just about. It's pretty rare that you see people, Haitians portrayed as anything but like some evil voodoo practitioner in movies and TV. It's very rare, actually. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. The second you brought up Haitian people, you were, yes. You may not see it because you're not in your bubble anymore. 1 second, y'all. What's up, babe?
I'm hungry.
Okay, pick one. Just, can you open it yourself? Do you need help? Careful.
It's breaking this apart.
Yeah, I know. I got it. You're good. Big girl, here. Okay, be careful with it. You might want to eat it in the kitchen. Okay, is that working now? Jesus was Jewish. Jesus was Jewish. He didn't even know anything about Christianity. Jesus is your God. Well, wait a minute. I thought Trump was Jesus. What? That's how y'all treat him. That's how y'all show him. Wow, dude. Jesus never told you to think that he was God, by the way, ever. Jesus didn't call himself God. What you said about Haitian people was racist, and you don't see it, and that says a lot about you. But you can learn why that is racist. Okay, you can learn why and how to process that and deconstruct that and then work your way out of that. But you have to work on it. So that's why I say go read books about what France did. Or there are documentaries all over the place too about what France did to Haiti and is still doing to this day to Haiti. Yes, we do. What you're doing is gaslighting you. You came to the right place because I'm an ex-victims advocate, and what I'm saying to you is not gaslighting. Not at all. Haitians here illegally. under the Biden administration. You brought up racist tropes that were perpetuated by the GOP to vilify a group of Black people. Ma'am, that is racism. To the Haitian people. Yeah, I never said that Jesus was Caucasian. He was Jewish. He was a Jewish man. Technically, he would have been transgender, because if Mary was the only physical parent, just think about it. And then there's the whole Adam and Eve thing. I'm just saying. You're Roman Catholic. Good for you. I am not a Christian, and I don't care. Donald Trump is not God. Why are you putting words in my mouth? Everyone who supports the GOP, you might want to think about it. I'm tasting this sickly sweet Darvo. I am a former victims advocate. That was my job. After working in the sheriff's department, I became a victims advocate. Yep. I never said, dude, you need to learn how to listen to the people, like words that come out of people's mouths. I never said Jesus was white or Black. He was Jewish. He was a Jewish man. You questioned me on how many things? I mean, if you can't handle me telling you you're wrong with something, like what with the racist tropes that are being hurled at Haitian people and always have been, if you can't take it, don't dish it, baby. All right? Thank you. Thank you, Leonette. Exactly. They just want to be safe. They just want their children to be safe. That's all they want. All the immigrants who come here, illegally or not, just want their children to be safe. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. And no, TM, they are not killing people's animals and eating roadkill and all this and that. Show me a fucking video that can be verified. Because I've yet to see one. And it ticks me off because I've been there and I've seen how hard these people work every goddamn day. And they're still being ground under the boots of France. And you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about with that. That is not what I said. I said he was Jewish because he was Jewish. Jesus was Jewish. He didn't know anything about Christianity. Yep. Jesus was an illegal immigrant who was not criminalized by Egypt. Think about it. Nor was his mother or his father. Jesus was not separated from his parents and his family and fucking warehoused in a cage. You brought up bullshit, lies. You brought up lies perpetuated by the GOP to hurt the Haitian people, and you're angry that I called out those lies. Live with it. I watched the people I was around in Haiti work in it every single day, busting their asses just to put the bare minimum food on the table. So I take it a little bit personal when people talk smack about the people of Haiti. Go read a book about what France did to Haiti and is still to this day doing to Haiti before you come to me and talk smack about the people of Haiti. Literally, I said this like 10 or 12 times. Are you capable of comprehending what I'm saying? France, when the Haitians rose up against the slavery, the brutal chattel slavery in Haiti, France decided, oh, you're going to be free now? Well, you're going to pay us in perpetuity. Why do you think Haiti is so poor? Because of France. Jesus was Jewish. That is what I said. Those are the words that came out of my mouth. Nobody knows what skin color he had. Absolutely nobody knows what his skin color was. But we do know he was Jewish. No, he wasn't. I don't even think he existed. I am not a Christian and I don't give a fuck. Literally, I'm not a Christian. I don't care. I don't think he existed. I think he's an amalgamation of a whole bunch of messiahs that were running around at that time. And if you don't like it, that's not my problem. This right here. Read what Luna says right here. All right? Don't come here making claims like that about Haitian people without backing it up. You were talking, dude, literally, you entered into this situation talking smack about the people of Haiti. That is gaslighting. This right here is fucking gaslighting. This is a prime example. Everyone, you can go back in the chat and see what TM said, and you'll see this. This is an example of gaslighting. Dude. No, I don't think he was real. But either way, if he was or was not real, he would have been Jewish. He was Jewish. His mommy and his daddy were Jewish. His whole family was Jewish. Dude, are you okay? All right, so in private prisons, they usually cut down on any and all costs, okay? So good luck getting any kind of medical, good luck getting any kind of decent food. Usually they'll have a whole lot of cockroaches. I mean, worse than regular prisons. It's bad in regular prisons, but they'll also in private prisons, it's way worse. All kinds of black mold. I mean, it's bad, bad, bad. Now, what they're talking about doing with the people they're going to round up and put in camps is pretty much just anyone that they don't like. All right. So if they're going to get rid of habeas corpus, which, fuck, dude, if they do that, everyone in this country is in danger if they do that. Also, if they get rid of due process, you could sneeze wrong and be arrested. So you got these private prisons who have TM. I'm telling you what private prisons have said. You should really listen. Okay? These private prisons have already stated publicly in multiple articles that they are preparing ahead of time by building temporary housing in these tent camps until they can build bigger housing to hold the population they're expecting, which is going to be freaking huge. TM, do you work in law enforcement? Due process applies to everyone, because if I'm an officer and I'm just looking at you, I can't tell if you are or are not a citizen of this country. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm literally quoting my FTOs here. Due process is automatically afforded to everyone. If I'm an officer and I'm looking at you, I can't tell if you're a citizen or not, TM. Do you get it? You want due process to be a thing. Dude, seriously, what the fuck? According to who? In what way has an illegal immigrant harmed you directly? One of the things that's really, awesome about this country is that you can travel around this country without having someone demand your citizenship papers. It sets us apart from places like Iran and other countries. You don't even understand the rights that you're losing right now. And that's terrifying. But you'll get it. You'll get it when they're gone. You'll understand then. Dude. Wow. You keep saying this. So there's a thing that used to happen in the courthouse. I'd have someone come up to me and ask me a question, and they would ask me the same question 10 different ways, expecting a different answer, when it's only the one way. So, no, TM, you're wrong. And if this does change, remember my voice, because then you'll understand why this is so important. But it'll be too late then. And if you're not full YT, oh God. Exactly. You don't have to carry around your birth certificate, do you? You don't have to show a copy of your SSI card, do you? Yet again, you have not. That has been debunked. Move on. It's been debunked all over the place. It just missed you. You were a Democrat. No, you weren't. You're full of feces. Okay? You're full of feces. Oh, they have no idea what they're in for. Not really. But they'll get it, especially the women, because the women aren't going to be allowed to leave the state if they might be pregnant. Literally, they're talking about taking away a woman's right to leave to another state or to another country, because you might be pregnant. Fuck, dude. Yeah, that's a good poem too. TM should go read it a few 100 times. You're a registered Democrat. I find that highly doubtful, because the things you're saying, those are all GOP talking points. That's all GOP nonsense. Okay, so in these prisons, whatever. You know what? Here, I'm going to do you a favor, baby. Okay, I'm just going to shoot. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Do you. Baby girl, please go sit on the couch like we talked about. I'm not going to argue with you anymore, TM, because you're not listening and you're straight up lying. That did not do what I wanted it to do. Hold on. I don't know how to mod. Shoot. No, I have a problem with people who spew misinformation. That's what I have a problem with. You need to look into it for yourself. And you have not done that. And I don't do misinformation, so I don't know what to tell you. That has been debunked. That Haitian stuff, it has been debunked. You like it or not, it doesn't matter. Like, seriously, it does not matter if you like it or not. Here, I gave you 5 minutes. Go look up what the actual reality is, all right? Take a 5-minute timeout. Take a breath. Yes, no, Fox News is not a verifiable source. Fox News can lie to you, and it's fine. Oh, really? The woman who started the rumor actually apologized for it? Dude. I can't even say what I'm thinking about her. That's like Emmett Till. That bitch. Listen. The bitch who did that to Emmett Till, the woman who started that rumor, I don't say that. The person who harmed Emmett Till, I don't say her name. I'm trying to pull it together and not laugh so hard. Is TM someone who lost brain cells sipping that MAGA Kool-Aid? Sorry, just arrived on stream. I don't know. But she's a registered Democrat. Or they are a registered Democrat. They just happen to be spewing all of the GOP talking points and nonsense. Dude, what? And I'm an extremist. Somehow. Okay, dude. Okay. Her cat got out and hold on. Her cat got out and she found it days later. And she put a whole community of people who are here for safety in danger. Damn, dude. Yep. But they're a registered Democrat, but they're spewing the same BS that our RFK Jr. says, and Trump and JD Vance and all the rest. Sure, Jan, sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't have time for the BS. And I'm not going to sit here and try to get someone to face fucking reality. Literally, there are some excellent books. There was one I read in particular, I can't remember the name of it right offhand, but it talked about the history of what France did and is doing to the country of Haiti. It's just, I don't know if Haiti will ever be out from underneath the boot of France, and it's really messed up. Well, that's what they voted for. With habeas corpus, they can arrest you and they don't have to produce the body anymore. Habeas corpus, produce the body. They don't have to bring you to court. You can just be lost in a prison indefinitely. And due process, there's a lot that goes along with due process. the right to call an attorney, the right to have legal counsel present, the right to have, a bond hearing, the next day or whatever after you were arrested, the right to, people just have no idea what might be coming. And that's why I'm talking about these private prisons. So they're talking about building basically tent city camps to hold all of these people. And they're not talking about immigrants who are here legally or what they're going to do there. They're just like, and we know what they mean. We know what they mean. They're talking about Black and brown people that they don't want here. They're talking about, literally, I've watched videos of them talking about how they're going to take the citizenship away from certain kinds of people. Certain kinds of people. There are people in urban areas. That's what they're talking about. People really need to wake up, open your eyes. If you're a person of color, if you are Latino, and you're supporting Humpty Dumpty, that leopard's going to rip your damn face off. Enjoy that. Remember my voice. I told you. Just like Trump isn't going to do anything to help with groceries, which is why so many people apparently voted for him. And now he's saying, well, he's backtracking on that. He's a con artist who has been bought and paid for. He's been bought. You want to know who by? I mean, it's obvious. Who is he hanging out with every waking second? Wake up, y'all. Yeah, you don't get due process. You don't get anything. Exactly. Yep. Project 2025. Which I guess they've now changed to some other new name. Like, they keep changing the name of it and like honing it to be what they want it to be. Right. Exactly. So here's the thing. Part of the reason that I'm answering these questions as much as I can, I was asked what the conditions were like in these tent city type situations. First off, no AC. So if it's summer, you're melting. And it doesn't matter your health problems. I need you to understand, they cut costs on everything. So that includes medical. So if you have health problems and that heat exacerbates your medical problems, oh well, you're just unalive. This has already happened in Texas. This has already happened. Years and years ago, there was a Texas sheriff who had everyone housed in these tents outside. No AC, no heat, and no nothing. So there were inmates who were unalived from heat exhaustion, heat stroke, all of that. There were inmates who died, or were unalived, who were unalived from cold, hypothermia. And I want you to think about living in a tent. If you've been camping, what is it like to go camping in a tent? Now think that is the way you live, period. In a tent with a whole bunch of other people. And you're given the bare minimum, barest of minimums to live. And that's what you got. Have you ever seen a refugee camp? I have. We're talking conditions that are not much better than these prison camps. And that is what the GOP base voted for, not even realizing that they might end up in those camps too. because they don't live the right kind of way. They're not the right kind of religion. They're not the right kind of Christianity. And I hate to break it to you, but Catholics are not the right kind of Christianity either, actually. Right now, you've got the Catholics, Protestants, the Southern Baptist Convention, all of those, and also Mormons, LDS, FLDS, all of that working together in conjunction. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have Scientology working in that too. But here's the thing. The actual reality is that only certain branches of Christianity will be the right branches of Christianity. Here's what's going to happen. I know this because I only have to look at history. I've seen it before, right? So you've seen this before in history books. What were the first crusades about? It was one Christian group against another Christian group. Come, let us go forward and kill them all. Let God sort his own, quote, end quote. That's a Catholic talking about Gnostic Christians. Christians against Christians. See, here's the thing with toxic groups. Toxic groups will stick together in pursuit of harming the other that they don't like. And then once there's no more other to other, really, once there's no more other to other, they will other each other. Always. So Catholics think that they are safe, but they won't be. Not at all. That whole Protestant Catholic war thing that happened all over Europe. Oh my God. Yep. Yes, indeed. I mean, but then in the process of all of this, you're going to have people with chronic illness and disabilities who are harmed. You're going to have people from the LGBTQ+ community, all of us, who will be more than likely harmed in many different ways. And it doesn't matter if you support them or not, because you have to understand that the Nazis, before World War II really ramped up, they went through and they got rid of as many of the LGBTQ+ people as they could find, especially the men. What do you think happened to the brown shirts? And then on top of it, you know, any woman who isn't happy being a baby factory and just pushing out baby after baby after baby. Oh, and by the way, if you get pregnant, there are going to be no exceptions. So if you have any kind of pregnancy issue, you're just going to die. And if you do anything to help yourself live, they'll just execute you because, you know, you're just a host. Literally, if you go look up the documents, that's what they call women, hosts, vessels. That's all you are. You're not expected to have a brain at all. You won't be allowed to have a job, property, credit cards, own anything. Oh, a bank account, forget about that. Social media, forget about that. You'll have to have your husband's permission for everything. Well, really, it goes from your dad or your uncle, okay, or your brother, whichever man is nearest you, to your husband, and then if he dies, whatever man is nearest you there. So think Iran, because modesty culture, punishment culture, you know, it's, yep. There are certain groups that fascist groups always go for first. People with disabilities and chronic illness, LGBTQ+ people, anyone who will not submit, anyone from a different religion. Oh, it's it's not just that they want to make divorce hard. They want to criminalize divorce. They want to make divorce illegal. You're right. But here's the thing. So the people, most of the people that Humpty Dumpty is tapping to be in his administration, they helped with Project 2025. They're part of the Heritage Project. These are dominionists. Okay, they changed their names and all this stuff to try to make it what they're doing obscured, so people don't realize what they're really doing. So dominionists want to do this worldwide. They're already trying to do it in the UK, Germany, all over Africa, everywhere. And if they can actually take over all of America and bring down our democracy, they will go everywhere, all over the world. It'll only be a matter of time. So if it may take longer to get to your country, but yep. Well, they don't care about war crimes. See, you know, their God, in their brains, in their pea brains, they think that God gave them, in particular, white men, straight white men who are wealthy. If you're not wealthy, you're not invited to the table. You're not invited to the party, as Mr. Carlin said. Okay. This is just what they think. I don't think this. This is what these dominionists think. Like, you have to be the right religion, the right branch of that religion. You have to know the right people. You have to be the right social status, everything. They're already, if I'm not mistaken, I think they have outlawed corn in Florida. Or if they haven't done it yet, they're trying to. I don't like corn anyway, but I mean, if you know, I don't think that is not that's not freedom. I don't know. Yeah. Or if the man's just unhappy with her for some reason, like if she's not pumping out baby after baby like the Duggards, you know what I mean? And they want girls married off as soon as they have their first menstrual cycle to be brood mares. Yep. And most people don't even realize that a VPN is not going to protect you indefinitely, and it's not, more than likely not going to protect you from the government looking in and seeing what you're looking at. It's you listen. Okay. It may take me a minute, but I'll pull together a live stream to show you all the documents. I've been reading this stuff for, my mentor started showing me these documents when I was 19. I think I was around 19. And I'm 50 now, so they have been planning this a long time. A long time. Roe is just the first domino. The first of many. Next, they'll go for same-sex marriage. But it's more than that. It's also being able to adopt a child. And any and all rights for LGBTQ+ people. Any and all rights. And for women. And for Black people and brown people. They have boldly said that they want to see Black and brown people enslaved again. They've literally said this in the past month. Fucking hell. So, yeah. So apparently, if you come to my channel on one of my live streams and you talk smack about the people of Haiti, I will hand you your ass. They started this with Reagan, interfering with Jimmy Carter, yeah. Well, okay, here's the thing. Here's from all of the from all of the various documents I've read. To me, it looks like immediately after the Civil War, they started planning for a way to implement a takeover of the U.S. And then you had people like Jesse James, all these outlaws going around doing what? Robbing trains, stagecoaches, all this stuff, right? Why were they doing that? Why were they pulling all that money together? It is known that many of them took the money, that the ill-gotten gains that they grabbed, and they hid them. They hid them because they were part of the whole South will rise again movement. Jesse James wasn't an outlaw. He was a Confederate. He was PR spun into being like a hero for the South, like the Robin Hood type. No, he was a Confederate who was trying to amass money together to fund the South taking over the country. Think about that for a second. Then you got the Daughters of the Confederacy. How did they come up with a lot of the statues that are all over the place, especially in the South, that pertain to different people like Jackson, that scumbag? A lot of those statues were paid for by the Daughters of Confederacy. And then they also were starting back then to infiltrate schools and stuff and how children were educated. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's all documented. Yeah, I don't get it either. They're so hyper focused on, and they have been streamlined to be hyper focused on anyone who's other. But that's only because then they can be weaponized as the base for the GOP. Jesus said love. He didn't say anything about hate. And I'm not going to obey in advance. Abso-fucking-lutely not. So now I toast. Fuck Trump. And fuck Dominionists. And I salute everyone who will not obey. Yes, I do. Absolutely. All right. So does anyone have any questions about like prisons, the 13th Amendment? Because I've literally sat down and talked with people with PhDs and internationally known judges and attorneys and all of that. So if you have questions, let me know, because we deep dived on that. That freaked me out, dude. Slavery didn't end. We have been lied to. That's weird. I wonder. So I guess TM went away. I really hope that they look into the history of what was done to France, because it's really messed up. Alrighty, it has been, okay, a little bit over an hour. This stream was slightly derailed by someone I think was possibly a troll. I think from this point forward, I'm just going to block any trolls that come on here because I don't have time for it. So yeah, let's see. Tomorrow, what day is tomorrow? I don't even know. Tomorrow's Friday. Okay. I'm not sure what time I'll be able to stream tomorrow. The 3rd. Wait, today's the 2nd. My computer says it's the 2nd. Tomorrow's the 3rd. Right. Okay. I don't know what Maki's schedule is for tomorrow. I forgot to ask, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna live stream. But Monday through Friday, I'm gonna try to live stream once, like during the day, and then once in the evening. But yet again, it depends on Maki's schedule, his work schedule. So I'm gonna shoot for twice a day. We'll see what happens. There will be times when I won't have the camera on because my eyes lately have been hurting me a lot, and the light is right. Like I feel like the back of my brain is crispy. Just so y'all know. And for anyone on the replay crew, we love you and we appreciate you. If you don't mind hitting that like button and leave some comments because it helps boost me in the algorithm, and I appreciate that. I'm thinking I don't have headphones I can use right now, but once I do, I want to start, bringing people up in the box and start having conversations, because really ultimately that's what we need to start doing, is having conversations about things. I am not going to be debating them because people's lives are on the line, and I don't debate when it comes to a person's life. But we can have conversations, and we should. All right, so remember, you have the right to say no as a living human being. All right, I love y'all. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you have a good night. Bye.